This is the sort of place in movies. Oh, like the press note. Something. Insert.
I have state secrets. Good morning. It is Monday. Excuse me. I am oiling my hair again. It seems to be a bit of a Monday thing at the moment. It is the last week of October. It is Samhain this week on Friday, and I am so excited. I have so much planned for Samhain on the 30th and on the day itself. And oh, I cannot wait. But anyway, you're not here for that. Sunday is currently 6:45. I woke up at 6:30, so bear with me, my brain is in shambles. I've got my coffee. This week is exciting not just because of Samhain, but because I finished reading through the first draft of Project Clouds. I also finished doing the reverse outline, and I have all my sticky notes ready on Miro so that I can organize and take things out, put new scene ideas in. This week I'm gonna spend it mainly brainstorming and doing some world building and character work. So I hope you're excited. I had a lovely weekend, but I was very much in the it was my partner's and I's 7th anniversary on Saturday, so that was just a lot of quality time together. And yesterday I really wanted to have a productive but chill day, so I didn't film, but it is time for very fun things. There is a lot of world building stuff that I want to change because it is a bit too similar to the magic system in the Healer Witch, and I want it to be familiar but distinct from each other. I have this vision for my stories, especially those surrounding certain witches, certain characters. But I have this vision of the stories that I create. They're all happening in worlds that are somewhat connected to each other. So I do want some of the magic to resemble a little bit of the magic in the Healer Witch. And it like a multiverse kind of thing because of where I want the Healer Witch story to go. And that is a huge undertaking. I know, it's just that's my vision. I don't know if I can pull it off or not, but for now I'm just gonna focus on doing each story separately because the Healer Witch, I have the second book drafted, but my plan this year was to work on that one, but I changed my mind. One, because I needed a bit of a break from that project, and two, because I was like, well, I'm pursuing traditional publishing and I don't know what they're gonna want me to make, change, etc. And so I was like, let's just park it. It's drafted, it's there, it's a full book. It's not a great full book, but it's a full book. And the plot is a lot more fleshed out than this one. Project Clouds, the Act 3 is such a mess. I think that's gonna be a huge focus this week. But yes, right now I'm going to catch up on F1 because it was the Mexico Grand Prix, and I am dying to know what happened with Piastri because qualifying was so bad. Anyway, you don't care. Maybe you do. If you're an F1 fan, let me know. But yes, I'm gonna take you along this week.
Few moments later.
I am so pissed. Oh, okay, okay. It is 7:20, and I've done nothing other than sip on my coffee, catch up on F1 and Discord. Um, I'm part of a writing Discord with Raquel, Sila, Brie, and a bunch of more people, and we've all become friends and just we're very very active on there. And we are gonna be doing a Discord November writing challenge. Is it a website? Is it software? I don't know. It's called Track Bear. I don't know. I'll link it up below, and you can do like a leaderboard thing and participate with like friends and stuff. So we're doing that over the Discord, and I'm very excited because the aim is to do draft two in November, or at least if not the whole thing, which I doubt, um, like at least a good chunk of it. But yeah, that's happening. Now I'm gonna be. Oh, it's light out, so I can go on my run. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go on my run now, and then I'm gonna be doing some core building, brain dumping stuff.
Pretty. Hi, lovely. Hi. It is a while later. It is 1:20. I've just had a working lunch so that I can do some writing thingies during my break. That's just how I balance my 9 to 5, because I'm most awake and more productive in the morning than later in the evening. So doing that, I've got my tea. Hot. That okay. Jeez. Yes, I did manage to get some brainstorming done before work, but not a lot. And I'm getting very, very impatient to work on draft two. But I know that I'll really benefit later if I do the brainstorming now instead of when I'm trying to write draft two. The plan for draft two is to write it and edit as I go, like edit each chapter after I finish the chapter. I've never done that before, really. I'm more of a write the whole thing and then just edit on top, and that's how I ended up with 6 drafts for the Healer Witch. So I'm hoping that this means I'll just have less drafts. I don't know. I feel like it's more effort efficient to do it this way. We'll see if I like it, or if I don't. I really want to get this project ready for March to either submit it to RevPit or start querying. I think I can do it. I feel like my writing, like, not just the plotting or like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like my writing has evolved a lot since I finished the first draft of The Healer Witch. I feel a lot more confident with what I'm putting on the page, and I feel a lot more confident about showing it to people. And I think a lot of that is how much I've done in the past year and a bit to like put myself outside of my comfort zone and like just sending the queries and entering contests and pitch events and whatever. This is my brain dumping writing project, the notebook. A friend from my in-person writing group gifted me this as a birthday present this year, and I love it so much. So this is what I'm using just to brain dampen and stuff. And I was trying to decide whether I wanted it to be like our Earth or a whole new world, and I've decided that it's going to be our Earth because, to be honest, I need the world building to be simpler, because in the Healer Witch it was a whole new world, whole new pantheon of gods, whole new everything, and it's just, I'm not in the headspace to do that, even though my brain keeps trying to expand it more and more and more. I'm like, no, you need to like chill out. You can do something simple and still make it good. Like, stop. Because world building is so fun. I think my brain is using it as an excuse to not focus on what I need to focus, which is the plot and the plot holes and the inconsistencies. So it's gonna be our Earth with magic. It matter because everything happens in Sky Islands that the supernatural beings in this earth made so that they could hide away from humans. So, so I don't know why all of these details matter, but anyway, I really need to limit what witches can do, or like, actually, I'm expanding it a little bit because I thought it was way too similar to what witches can do in the Healer Witch, and I don't want that. So I'm changing that, which means I have to change quite a lot of the magic stuff that happens, but that's fine. That's gonna be fun, I think, and I think it would work better this way. They're using Monday to Sunday days. I cannot. No. I'm like, this is supposed to be cozy. This is not high fantasy. It's supposed to be just fun and light-hearted, and I'm trying to make it. My brain keeps trying to make it something that is not supposed to be, and I just can't help myself. So I need to really limit. My brain is like, everything. It has to have everything, and I'm like, no, it does not. It does not need to have everything. That's where I'm at. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now, actually. Hope you enjoy my rumbles. This one is gonna be a rambly blog because I'm not outlining or anything. But yeah, gosh, there's just so much.
Like that. And like being this impulsive is reinforced with steel that will not show up on.
Good morning. I am wearing the coziest jumper I've got because it's freezing today. I've been doing some brainstorming this morning. I was looking over the timeline of the book, and one of the big problems that I knew I had was that it all happens within like 3 months max, and I think we need a bit more substance, a bit more time just to build the relationships and stuff. So that's what I've been doing this morning. Also, I was looking through and I'm like, how? Because she's my main character is clueless, right? Her magic, her spirit magic, is not something that her family knows much about, and then suddenly she is in a situation and she knows the ritual that she needs to do. Hello? Like, why did I choose that? Why did drafting me go and be like, oh yeah, of course she knows what she needs. Of course she knows she needs to find this thing and get this, that, and do it on this day. Like, oh, stupid. A part of that is like I'm rearranging all of the events that happen, I already knew that I wanted more scenes with the main group of friends and people and some of the teachers and stuff, because I think that's just cozy and fun. And she's gonna need a bit of library time. A summoning professor that I want him to be very eccentric, and I think we're gonna have some more scenes with him because hello, she's a spirit tamer. Of course, the summoning professor needs to have more screen time. This is what happens, right? I'm writing the draft and I'm loving the draft. And then when I finish, I'm very excited for it. And then I look at it and I'm like, well, this is shit. I mean, on a line level, to be fair, there's a lot of like lines and things that I can use in draft 2. It's the plot as a whole that makes no sense whatsoever. Poor Raquel, I feel so bad because she read this and I'm like, I swear I can do better. This is not the standard. This is not my standard. This is my first draft standard, apparently. But yeah, it's been fun actually. Putting the timeline together and stuff in my notebook. I've been also just working on the summary of it because I didn't have that. And I think that might help me just have an idea of where she starts, the middle, and the, overall idea of the plot so that I can keep myself in check instead of wanting to add 20 storylines. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is what happens. We're trusting the process. Not entirely, but we're trying. It's so funny, right? Because in my daily life, I'm very much like a planner. And then it comes to my writing, and that goes out the window. And I don't know why. I'm sitting here planning, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun for like 30 minutes. And then I'm like, oh, I need to do something else. So I started doing the character lists and starting like the potions that are mentioned or that she does, and world building thingies. And then I got bored of that, so then I started and then I started doing the summary, synopsis, whatever. And it's just like, yeah, definitely, maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to be a bit more of a planner than a pantster, but maybe I'm just a hybrid, and it's just to keep it entertaining for myself. And that's just the way my writing process works. Anyone else? Are you guys like this too? Like, what's your process? I think day one as when the book starts. So from day one to when people are gonna know this. That's a good question. Anyway, from day one to when the plot actually gets triggered. It's not really the inciting. Is it the inciting? Maybe it is. Well, no, actually, no, that's a lie. The inciting moment, whatever, is when she messes up and she gets sent to the academy. That's what triggers this whole thing. However, her mission, let's say her mission in this book, from when the book starts to when she has the mission. This is hard without, it's so hard to talk about without spoiling everything. There's like 12 days, and I think that's better because before it was like a week. From that, there's gonna be a couple of days where she's like trying, gathering information for this mission, and at the same time there's still gonna be like classes and stuff going on at the academy. A lot happening would this be interesting? I really don't know. I think it's fun. Other people might not think it's fun. But I'm writing this one purely for selfish reasons. And maybe someone else will also think it's fun and I can sell the book.
The first time that I'm speaking out loud today, so please excuse me. It's 8:20. I woke up at 6:30 this morning, and I've just been doing some of my monthly stuff. For example, I do a monthly tarot reading, and I was journaling a little bit and reflecting on Samhain, which is obviously was yesterday, Halloween, and I had such a witchy day. It was lovely. Yeah. Oh, for context, I'm pagan, and I do celebrate the Wheel of the Year. So yesterday was a lot of reflecting, giving thanks, honoring my past loved ones, and releasing, and just I get this feeling that the new year feels like I'm so pumped and ready to go and be productive and do things. I get that feeling 3 times a year. One is around Samhain, around the 31st of December. Another one is at the October. The second one is always around the new year, so December and January. And then I also get that feeling around Ostara slash Easter. And however, around October, I also have a lot of emotions come up. So I always it's a bit more. I'm fired up, but also very chill, and I like just taking time to remember those that I wouldn't hear without. And so yesterday was a bit emotional. Today also marks the start to writing month. My friends and the Discord that I'm in, we're doing a writing challenge for us all together. So we're starting that today. I'm pretty sure Raquel is gonna start a sprint in a bit, so I need to keep an eye on that because I am itching to write. However, I still need to do some prep. So I'm gonna copy lovely Nadine. She did stars for her word count, and then every time she reached the word count she colored it in, and I really want to do that, so I'm gonna get that set up and then do a bit more planning for draft 2, and then we're gonna start it. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm also so fired up. I've been really stopping myself from writing or doing anything this week. I just wanted to focus on the prep that I've done at the beginning of the week, and then just letting myself rest and recharge. And then obviously with Samhain celebrations, yesterday was a bit busy because I did quite a lot of things. But yes, let's do that, shall we? I've got my stars. I'm gonna color this in, and I've done up to 85 because I am planning on rewriting a lot of draft 2, and the first few drafts I barely do any copy and pasting. I do use some of each draft, but I like just writing it down and taking my time to rephrase things, and if I'm reusing something, to make sure that it's good. And so it's basically I think I don't do it entirely from memory or from my outline as if it were a draft 1, but there is a lot of that going on. So I thought I would do up to 85k, and then if I need more, then I can expand it down here. But yes, I think I'm gonna leave it here for today, and I'm going to immediately start another blog where I actually write some words for draft 2. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the very wishy-washy planning that I do. Let me know down in the comments if you've watched this far. What's your process? Are you like me and you just, you know, a minimal planning, or are you more like Meredith and very, very detailed? Honestly, I'm not gonna shut up about it because I'm in absolute awe of her process. Let me know, what are you working on? Have you participated in any challenges? I don't think this video is gonna go up in November because I have a couple of videos that need to go up first. But let me know how your November went. And let me know if you have any goals that you're working towards. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I am so glad to have you here, keeping me company and following along my chaos. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I don't know why I always feel the need to wave, but anyway, bye.